All right. That uh should work. Let me see. All right, let me see. All right, that should work. There we go. All right, downward talking. There we go. God damn it. All right, it's about. I apologize, guys, for the technical difficulties. Sometimes it just I don't know what was going on with that mic. I just switched it. Uh, so my apologies once again, guys. I'll fix everything. Uh, so yeah. Uh, that's what I'll do. I'll just fix it in the meantime. Um, so yeah, my apologies for that. Mass and Play was good. It was good. How's everything doing, dude? You say you good? Oh, that's cool. That's good. What's up, Rakai? All right, yeah, we had some technical difficulties with the last stream, guys. So I shut that down. People said they couldn't hear me. They were hearing a weird noise in the back and things like that. So I had to shut that down. So I apologize for that. But yeah, we're here. Like I said, the stream was late. This today is supposed to be an hour ago. It's now 10:13 p.m. here in New York. But anyway, outside of that, I appreciate the people that are in the chat right now. Um, I appreciate it very much. Uh, one more thing. Um, so I apologize for that. Again, guys. Uh, Mask and Play. I've been catching up on your videos. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Indeed. Don't forget to guys like the video. It helps out a lot. Um, yo, what's up, Lorenzo Smalls? You're killing me, Smalls. What's up? Uh, but I appreciate everybody who's here so far. So, what do you want to talk about? What do you guys want to ask me? Look forward to hearing your questions. Um, Playing Mortal Kombat 11 is RoboCop over here. Oh, that's good. Yeah, like I said, it was technical difficulties on the first stream, so I had to check that. Uh, so let's go, John. What's up? Lorenzo, thanks for doing my opinion spot. Oh, you're welcome. Like I said, you're welcome. I asked you guys to deliver, and you guys delivered, and I've been having a lot of fun going through these requests for the opinion spot. We're already next opinion spot will be the 400th opinion spot. That's crazy. 400. And there's another request. I forget what it's. I think it's a possible, yeah, storyline or villain for a possible Black Panther 3. So yeah, I have my thoughts on that. I've been doing that, so it's really funny. So no, but so Lorenzo, thank you for that. Thank you indeed. Got six people now coming in. Don't forget to like the vid, guys. Please like that vid. Um, Kai, looking forward to TMNT versus Street Fighter, and yeah, just the Street Fighter right now. Currently, they are. Currently, right now, they're right now with they're shoot. I have it. I just don't know where I put it. But yeah, right now they're with Usagi Ojimbo, and of course the Last Ronin Lost Years just came out. So this issue number 2 just came out. So yeah, Street Fighter comes out I think this summer, and Stranger Things will be fun. That's going to be interesting because so far what I know about the plot is it takes place in 1985. So 11 and the gang are in New York City, and of course that's where they meet the turtles there. So that's going to be interesting. I Turtles have just been killing it with crossovers as of late, and different IPs that they've been working with has just been amazing to see. And again, I called out. I went on Twitter and I called out Marvel. I was like, "Yo, Marvel, you should get on this. Like, stop being dickheads and get on with what they're because there are several characters that could interact with the turtles and they should be doing it. You know. So yeah. Let's see. So yeah. Definitely. Ask and play. Let's ask good questions. Good. That's funny. That's funny. Um, that's pretty funny. All right. Mm. Thoughts on the new Flash trailer? Fuck that movie. Sorry, Lorenzo. Yeah, fuck that movie. My mind has not changed about that movie. I don't care at all, and that's hard for me to say as a Flash fan. But that man deserves to be in jail, not promoting a movie. So fuck that movie. Now, as for the Blue Beetle movie, yes, I will talk about that because I didn't give you guys a reaction video to that. I was so busy that I was so busy and I didn't want to put up a late reaction. So I was like, you know what? So I posted a post on the community feed. It's now archived now because I only put it up for 24 hours, and I saw 22 people had voted and said they still would like to hear me talk about it. So I will. I'll be putting that video up tomorrow. My thoughts on the Blue Beetle trailer. I got some interesting things to say about it, so look out for that, Lorenzo. Uh, let's see. How good does the Flash trailer? Doesn't look that good to me. Fuck that movie. Nope. Still fan service, and I don't care. If you're hyped for it, that's great. More power to you, but I can care less. I can care less about that movie. I watched that trailer again, and I was just like, I don't like the suit. He looks like a crash dummy. You're not even using Eobard Thawne. You're using somebody called Dark Flash. I'm like, it's still all about the service of Michael Keaton as Batman. That's what's selling this movie. That's it. Who, fuck that movie. Do I sound out of it? No, not really. I pretty much just got up. Had a long day. Are you excited for Godzilla X Kong? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The next Godzilla King Kong movie? Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I'm wondering who they're going to be going up against because they're teaming up this time. So I'm looking forward to that. Indeed. Let's see. Mirage Turtles. That's if they're back in Mortal Kombat. You probably won't be. Maybe not. Um, are you interested in the Craven movie? Not really. I no, not really. Um, yeah, they're making it rated R. Okay, whoop de doo. I could care less. Again, it's like I don't care to see a Craven movie. I really don't. He belongs with He belongs with this dude. That's the one character I want to see in a Spider-Man movie, and we're not getting it because Sony still owns the movie right IP to this character, and it sucks. Get out of here. Yeah, I don't. I just talked about that. I have no idea who the villain is going to be for that Godzilla. Could be. It would be cool if it's Destroyer. Um, there's a couple other people I could see, but definitely Destroyer's up there. So what are your thoughts on Ethan Avery Damage, aka DC's DC's Hulks? I've never read any of them, so I can't really give a. They never really interest me, so I can't really give a good thought on that. Uh, Mask and Play. Thoughts on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers once and the special that was really good, and I will be giving a review on that. I did like it a lot. A lot of nods and winks and callbacks. But to be honest with you, Mask and Play, I cried. I cried on that. I was just like, why am I getting misty eyed? And I was just like, yeah, it hurt. It did hurt. The special was missing. let's be honest. There were plenty of people missing from it. But it gave a pretty good story to what it could do, and a lot of hints and Easter eggs from. So it was fine. I didn't hate it. I liked it a lot. Just seeing you know Zach doing hip hop. Hip hop Aikido was just like he still got it. Like I was loving that. Like the man has not aged. He looked like, as I just say, that black don't crack, man, because he does not look like he aged a bit. It was great. It was fun. I really enjoyed that. I really did. I did very much. Who owns the rights to Street Fighter? Were we talking comic rights? The comic rights are still under Udon Comics. They put out specials once in a while. They haven't put out a full fledged ongoing series in a while now, and I don't mind that. Like, don't rush anything. That was from Quentin. Think this evil Kong will have a lightning power because his eyes glowed blue. Evil Kong, like what evil Kong did you see? I didn't. Is that what that was? Because I didn't look at it like that. I did not. I'm looking forward to the Blue Beetle movie. Yes, I am. I will be putting up a video tomorrow to give my thoughts on that. Because I didn't give you guys a reaction to it. I liked it. I liked the music that they used. They used a little Uzi. I want to rock. I was like, yeah, that works. But like I said, I still had some issues with the trailer. One of the things I'll talk right now. I'll give you like an example of that. Um, I don't like the fact that it takes place in a fictional city. I was like, he should be in El Paso. Why is he in a fictional city? And I read up on why they did that. And I understood where he was coming from, the director was coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, but that's the source. When y'all clearly showed at the end of that trailer, read where it all started. I wish more comic movies did that. Put like the comics at the end, like, yeah, this is where it comes from. But you want to keep true to the source material. He belongs in El Paso, Texas. That's one thing. Number two, what I didn't like. Where was his best friends, Paco and Brenda? Those are two important characters to Jaime, and they're not in this movie at all. Where are they? So those are two things. I'll let that slide. But yeah, outside of that, I liked it very much. And it's another fan casting that I have said that came true. So yeah. Once I saw Cobra Kai, I was looking at the actor who played Miguel, and I'm like, that's Jaime, right? I was like, oh, that's Jaime. I was instantly saying that straight from the start. I was like, that's Jaime Reyes right there. And I'm glad it came true. Can't wait to the new Legend of Zelda game. You think? It looks fun. I think Kong villain will be like Bane, extremely strong and brutal, but very intelligent. We'll have to see. Like they haven't really shown anything. It's not any of the Tog. The new monster is another Kong. Really? That sucks. I don't want no new. I want another. I want another. Come on, somebody that would make you understand why these two are teaming up. Yeah, think about that. Because I don't care what it is. Another Kong, really? That last movie just showed Kong ain't got nothing on him. He would have killed them if he wanted to. I don't care anybody says that fight was. You all know who won that fight. Another Kong, nah, that don't work for me. Favorite martial arts weapons, weapon. The ones I've trained with. Uh, I would say one of my favorites is nunchucks. I've trained with nunchucks. Um, I've trained with all the weapons that the turtles have used. I've trained with all of them, but with nunchucks, I think personally, it's dedication and more concentration. Because if you don't, they will sting you. They hit back. Remember, most martial art weapons, especially, were a lot of mostly farming tools, size or farming tools. Tonfas they used for farming. Like it's crazy to think that, but yeah. We see Equalizer 3. Yeah, John, of course. I've seen all of them. Besides, I gotta represent Denzel. We're from the same town, Mount Vernon. So of course, gotta represent, gotta show him. Besides, I love Denzel. So this will be the final one. I did not see the trailer. That will definitely get a reaction, so stay tuned for that. It's really cool to see him and Dakota Fanning reunite since Man on Fire. She's not a little girl anymore. She's a grown woman now. So it's really cool to see. Now this one has more of an international feel. I think he's in Rome. Um, so it's really cool to see that Denzel did a trilogy. He doesn't do trilogies or anything. So, and this probably will be his only one he do, but it was worth it. And besides, me being a child of the 80s, I grew up watching the original series, the original Equalizer. Um, and I still listen to that theme. That's a badass theme. Have you ever? None of y'all ever never heard the original '80s Equalizer TV show theme? Look it up on YouTube. Punch it up. Equalizer TV show theme. Talking about from the '80s. Listen to it. Badass. Because in that he was a British spy that retired, came to New York City, and was doing, helping out the little people using his skills and that. It was good. He drove a Jaguar and everything. It's pretty cool. My dad and I used to watch it all the time. It's good stuff. I'm True Skills. Hey, who would fight? Who would win in a fight between Hyperion and the Century? The Century and Hyperion. Oh, the Century. You're spelling it wrong. That's not how you spell Century. He doesn't spell like that. He spells with an S. It's Sentry. Uh, well, I don't like the Sentry. There you go. That's the first thing. Uh, I hate that character. I do like Hyperion. I do like him. The different. It depends on which version we're talking about for Hyperion. Uh, that's the thing. If it's a certain, there are different versions of that character. Uh, but I'm still gonna go Hyperion. So here's a quick question for you. Who is your favorite Marvel superhero team? Non-American, non-American superhero team. It's probably between Alpha Flight. There you go. Alpha Flight, which I just did a video on them too. Alpha Flight. They're not American, they're Canadian. There you go. Is King Kong public domain or is he owned by Universal at this point? I think he's not public domain. He's not. Uh, my mom just got out of the hospital this past week in time for her 60th birthday this Thursday. Whoa. Tell your mother I said happy 60th birthday, Andre. Quentin, this is some DC characters I want Chris Pratt. Uh, this is some DC characters I want Chris Pratt to play. Guy Gardner. Chris Pratt as Guy Gardner. Well, I believe he's done now with Peter Quill because the last movie is about to come out. If he wants to continue doing super movies or so, I I think he could be a candidate, but I think there are other actors that could pull off Guy Gardner's cocky and swarmy and tomfoolery as much. I would love to see Ted Cord in Blue Beetle. Well, we're getting his sister and somebody else related to him. Suzanne Sondren is playing his sister, who, mind you, just debuted in the comics. I find that so weird. That's just so weird. We're gonna see his costume in the movie, and you see the original Blue Beetle, Garrett, Dan Garrett in there too. So I was like, that's cool to see the nods. Um, so yeah, we are gonna see some remnants of him. Uh, so the new villain for appears to be a massive orangutan like kaiju, similar to a Gigantopithecus. Again, a monkey is again like it's a like it's I don't know. I don't know about that. That's just kind of weird. It's just like Lorenzo, thumbs up the video, guys. Lorenzo, I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. How different do you think the ending to the regular show episode Dumbtown, USA would have been if Mordecai decided to stay there? And what do you think were the ramifications? Oh, geez, I have not watched the regular show uh, ending in a long time, so I can't even remember how it ended. You know, regardless, I'm glad we are getting a new monster. I guess, but it's just like, yeah, yes, you can. That's all good, but it's like I'm looking at him and I'm looking at Kong, and I'm like, okay, we need somebody that has given Godzilla and a hard time in any movie. Now, Destroyer is right up there. I was like, that is the perfect opportunity to bring Destroyer in. Like, who should play Booster Gold? I like Chris Pratt. I don't like Chris Pratt for Booster Gold. I don't. And I do have a video coming up again. That's why you guys should keep track of, you know, please hit that bell notification when, because there is a video coming up where I think I am giving like top 5 actors to play Booster Gold. I think one of my Patreons requested it, so I have to do it for that person. Lorenzo, was it you? I think it was you, Lorenzo, that actually requested it, or was it Yin and Yang Lad? I don't think Yin and Yang Lad is here, but yeah, it's one of you. I know it was one of y'all. Which actress would you? What actress would you see could see playing Lady Shiva? Michelle Yeoh. She's definitely one of them. She was definitely one of them. I would have loved to see because Michelle Yeoh definitely would have been a great Lady Shiva. I would have, because there were times if you go back and in some of the older comics, they drew her just like Michelle Yeoh. It's ridiculous. Not even funny. Just how quickly you looked at her, you're like, that's Michelle Yeoh. Like, so yeah, definitely. Um, who should play who should play Booster and Swamp Thing? Well, for Swamp Thing, it depends because the actor who plays Swamp Thing in the last TV series was fine. So and it makes you, if they are really going to go truly with the human side of him and then becoming a part of the green, and I wonder if they're going to really bring that. They're going to bring the rot and the green and all that into the factor. So I hope they do that. Dude, didn't rip on the new villain. Don't rip on the check out. I don't. I can, dude. I can rip on the new villain. I feel like it is. I would rather have original. I would have another familiar character than I don't. I could care less if he has powers. The fact of the matter is, it's like, okay, it's like it's not that I'm not going to see the movie. It's just we're getting another Kong. Like that's creative. Not. So, do you think Captain Adam could work? Yes, I think a Captain Adam movie could work. Um, Andre, I think he could. It would be interesting to see. And again, we don't know where Gunn is going to go with the next after the first lineup of called Gods and Monsters. You remember Captain Adam is pure energy. You know, he's not human flesh anymore. So it would really make interesting of how they would do that, and especially, and if they're really going to put more emphasis on Amanda Waller, I could see her being involved in his creation. Like, yeah, we need somebody our under our you know leash, on a leash, in a sense. You know how she feels about metahumans. You don't like them. She can't trust them. In the MonsterVerse comics, again, that's fine. Again, but we already were told that we don't need that anymore. Okay, if that's the reason why they're coming together to team up again for another Kong, where's the fun in that? Again, I'm not knocking it, but I'm just giving my opinion on it. And my opinion is that I just don't like that. Plain and simple. If you like it, that's fine. Again, that's what makes this world different. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. You like it, fine. Don't don't think that because, okay, let me explain why. Again, you can explain it all you want, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but we seen that, or we know there was some kind of war between them. That's fine. They're the last of their kind to a degree, but seems like they're not. Okay, I don't need to see anymore. I've read the comics. I know what happened. That's cool. Uh, let's see where we at. Okay. Do you think we will see Mr. Freeze in Batman 2? I hope not. I love that Mr. Freeze is my favorite Batman rogues. Uh, I'm hearing Clayface. I doubt. Here's what I about the Batman. I doubt we'll see any of his superpowered villains. They're gonna constantly keep this character grounded. They want to use the more grounded characters. That's fine. But again, it's like there's more to Batman than just Joker and Riddler and Penguin and the characters that don't have powers. I want to see a Batman movie, up to date Batman, where he's fighting somebody that has somewhat the upper hand with it. And I ain't talking about Bane, because that was not Bane. And if you're going to do the real Bane, then do the real Bane, not Tom Hardy's Bane. I have to kill you. I think we're seeing Clayface, and that's what I've heard, and I'm still trying to figure out how they're going to work that, because I still have the feeling that they're not. Um, okay. Also, I think we'll see Dick Grayson in the Batman Part Two. I guess if Angela was in DC instead of, oh, that wouldn't have happened. Neil Gaiman would never have sold her to. He would never have sold her to DC. He was not. It would have been interesting, but no. Did you see John Wick 4? If so, where do you think it go? No, I was going to see it today, and I just had a long day, and I just like I got to get some sleep. I got to rest. So I'm gonna try to see it tomorrow, before I start. So before Evil Dead Rise and stuff like that. I have seen every movie that I've wanted to see that was on my radar. Y'all about to get a shitload of movie reviews real quick. Like I'm just recording a lot of them, and then I'm just gonna put them up in a bulk. So every movie I wanted to see, I have seen. So that was on my radar. Uh, damn, chillax, relax. It's all right, Rakai. It's all right, Lorenzo. Just relax. It's all right. Um, if someone were to think to kill Amanda Waller, what do you think the ramifications would be, and how do you think it would affect the Suicide Squad? That depends on if they could find the person responsible. And as far as I'm concerned, probably nobody would. If let's say Deadshot, no, not Deadshot. Let's say Deathstroke killed her. Yeah, okay. There'd just be somebody else to take her place in a sense. Andre, I have an idea for a new Marvel character named Jackson Freeman, Jack Frost, who is not only a modern version of the Golden Age Jack Frost, but also the demigod son of Loki from Broxton, Oklahoma. Interesting, but mostly of Loki's kids, they're more out of the norm. From Furnace Wolf to, Hella. Hella is one of his kids. Like she's probably the most normal out of all of Loki's children. But not bad. Not bad at all. John, if they keep Batman street level, I would love to see him deal with the Calendar Man. Calendar Man would be good. I could definitely do that one. Shaolin Monk versus UFC fighter. Who wins? Um, I'm going Shaolin Monk because I've seen a Shaolin Monk do boxing and was beat the crap out of a boxer. I was like, what the fuck? I seen a Shaolin Monk do Muay Thai and was beat the crap out of this Muay Thai fighter. So yeah. If you already read, do you agree with the Turtles being able to compete and maybe beat Juvenkers? No, I have not read it yet, so I can't. I can't. I seen a preview of it. I think I saw a preview of Raph fighting Guile, and I was like, okay, we'll have to see if they're in. We'll have to see. I also have some up. I've also have come up with original DC and Marvel characters. That's great. That's great. Um, it's good. Uh, let's see. Let's see. What was that? Oh, if they could do a Witchblade movie, what do you want to see in it? Everything that is straight out of the comic. I'm a huge Witchblade fan, and I've watched and read everything of Witchblade from Sarah Pazzini to Miss Baptiste. Sarah, because Sarah wasn't all she Sarah Pazzini gave up. The Witchblade had split into two versions later on, and another person took it while Sarah took on the darker form of it before it came back together. But yeah, I love Witchblade. She's one of my favorite independent characters. I love it, and the TV series that TNT used to do back in the day with Yancey Butler uh, was not even close to what that character is supposed to be, and you know, but I love the idea of this artifact that comes from one of the three main powers in the Top Cow Image universe, and only women could use it. And so there have been women from historical figures from Cleopatra to Joan of Arc. They've all used it, and it passes on to the next. Only females can use it. There's one person male that used it. Somehow I forgot how it worked again, but but yeah, uh, a Witchblade movie would be great. I don't think a lot of people would get behind it because Witchblade is not advertised as much outside of comics. You'd have to really promote that. Mask and Play. Thoughts on the new championship belt last night on Raw. You talking about the new world title that Triple H revealed. Looks pretty. It's a pretty belt. They got to put their logo on it. You know, they got to do that. It looks like a miniature version of the big gold from old WCW, but it was nice. But also, I had issues with it because basically, what it was saying is that, hey, we're not truly gonna let we're not truly gonna have anybody go over on Roman. This is your consolation prize. But also, you could tell this is probably the USA Network pushing them, and like, because they could, and was probably saying, "Yo, look, we need a champion," because at the time, who was their top tier champion on Raw? Austin Theory. And boy, I got plenty to say about him because he's not even booked like that. Even after he beat John Cena, John was absolutely right. Mask. He was right. MP. He was right. John Cena said, even if you beat me, you lose. And he was absolutely right. He beat John Cena, and he's not even looked at as being like some, like, on his level of stock didn't even rise. He is always the pinnacle for another story, or he's just there to be used. Just, it's to a point, it's like, get the belt off of him. What are y'all doing? Of all the other champions, from Gunther as IC champion to even on NXT, Wesley, they're both of those two guys who have two second tier titles are promoted better than Austin Theory is. Point blank. And nobody can argue with me with that. But as for the title, yeah, it just looks more like a second, this is your consolation prize. If Roman's got the gold, this is the silver, because that's set. And once again, and one of a podcaster that I listened to, a wrestling podcaster that I listened to, great guy, Solid Monster, basically said it best, and instantly agreed with him. He said basically, this is why. He said, and that clearly just showed why Cody should have went over on Roman. And I was like, yep, he should have. Because all this is now is to me, all it is for Roman to get 1,000 days as champion. I don't fucking care. Who fucking cares? Y'all don't even really fucking care about that. Y'all, what really do y'all really care about that? Oh, he's gonna reach 1,000 days in the modern era. And his reign as holding the titles sucked. Because it's been the same bullshit over and over and over again. Him beating Cody MP was the same. It was like, oh my God, really? Again? Like, it's becomes to the point when us fans watch a Roman Reigns match now, it's like we can't even take a cent of disbelief and say, oh, that person's got a chance of winning. No. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Now I don't care about Roman how he's structured his contract where he doesn't have to work a lot of days, but at the same time, you're champ. You don't have to work. You don't have to wrestle. You can, but you should be. Your presence should be there. That's the point. That's one of the points. So MP mask and play, yeah, it looks pretty. But it's still like you got to really think about it. Think about it really, and be like, yeah, it kind of does feel that way. You more of a Eastwood or John Way fan? John Wayne. Wait, Eastwood or John Way? You mean John Wayne? I'm Eastwood all the way. I I ain't no John Wayne. I'm not a John Wayne fan at all, actually. Fuck that guy. After hearing the shit that he said, fuck him. Um. So yeah. Anyway, which member of the Guardians of the Galaxy would you rather hang out with? Are we talking movie version? Are we? Which versions are we talking, Andre? Are we talking MCU or comic? The real comics. The comics. Come back to me with that. In your opinion, this is from Marion. In your opinion, why do you think they changed Gorg's appearance in Love and Thunder sympathy to get more of a sympathy out of him? Pretty much, instead of going with his true, because he's not human looking. Quentin, this is my rank for Robin's: number one, Tim Drake; number two, Jason. Oh, number one, another; number two, Jason Todd; number three, Dick Grayson; number four, Damien. Okay, that's not mine, but that's fine. Who could play the Demon's Head in the new movie? You mean that's if they do Ra's al Ghul? But they probably will, because they probably are going to, because the Brave and the Bold will have Damien, and who's Damien's grandfather? Oh man, who could play? Hmm. Oh man, that's a good question. I didn't mind Liam Neeson as right, but he wouldn't have been my first choice. Man, that's hard. I gotta really think about that one. That's hard. Um, Quentin, are they still making two Witchblade comics? Um, there's no Witchblade comics right now. At the moment, I think that last Witchblade ended. It wasn't that long. It was pretty good. I didn't mind it. Who would you have play Green Arrow in a movie if you were James Gunn? Green Arrow. Um. Hmm. That's another one I can't think about. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody right now. Because the first thing, I don't want him to just be serious. Green Arrow is a sarcastic goofball at times, and you got to bring that to the fold. You can't just have him being like that. Was one of my biggest issues with with Stephen Amell, is like he's too damn serious all the time. What are the Witchblade's powers? The Witchblade itself, uh, there's a lot of things it could do. You name it, it probably could do it. But fire manipulation, pyrokinesis. It's got geokinesis at times. Like there's a lot of things that the wielder of that thing could do. Yeah, so there's so much it could do. Thanks again. And if I any more questions there, thank you to it. I was thinking about the comic versions of the Guardians. Okay. Moondragon. Moondragon or Gamora. I like comic Gamora more than I like MCU Gamora. In the comics, you understand why she's considered the most dangerous woman in the galaxy. In MCU, it's not really portrayed that way too much. No offense to Zoe, but it's not. It's to me, it's just like you're not really portrayed that way, in my opinion. Uh, are they still making Witchblade comics? No, not at the moment. I think they're about to restart it up. I would love to see them do it. That Witchblade, Darkness, all those characters I would love to see. I think Donnie Cates is trying to get a Darkness. He wants to write a new Darkness. I think he wants to because the way his new series Vanish is, it kind of feels like that. In Love and Thunder, did you blame Gorg for killing his people's god? And um, yes, I ain't. It was hard. I didn't get it. White Raven versus True Form Dark Side. Half demon versus basically a god. There you go. Take your pick. John, who do you think dies in Guardians of the Galaxy? I think Drax is dead. I hope Star Lord lives. Uh, I kind of think Drax may die. It would, and I don't. I think there's gonna be more than just one death. I won't be surprised if Rocket dies. But even though this is kind of centered around Rocket, just think about that. Odin Faye would be awesome. Now, I was thinking about that actor who played Otis in the Mummy. Um, I was thinking about him. He was up there. I was thinking about him. Like, yeah, that could work. You know, definitely. I was thinking about that. See, thanks again. If you wrote that twice already. Angel Garcia. Did you see the new Zelda Tears? And I guess I did. What are your thoughts on Ganondorf's new look? I'm okay with it. It's fine. Also, once again, thanks for the video. Loved it. You're welcome. You are welcome, Angel. Caroline, do you consider comic books an art form? Yes, I do. I consider them literature. I consider them art. I don't care what any numbnuts people say. Think they're not. I don't. So no. Yes, I do. In Love and Thunder, did you? I answered your question, Marion. You asked that like twice already. All right. Who's more powerful, the darkness or the witchblade? The darkness. Sarah killed the darkness. So what do you cut his head off? Then they actually made a kid together, Jackie and her. So yeah, the darkness is weaker than the witchblade. They're like two of the major powers in that universe, and Witchblade killed them. What are your thoughts on John Driver as Reed? I've been seeing this, Adam Driver, excuse me. I've been seeing this as of late. People them saying that the rumor is Adam Driver will be Reed in the MCU. Now, again, if if John Krasinski can't come back as Reed for the main universe and he's just a variant, I'm not saying that that's stupid because we saw variants of Peter Parker. Toby, Toby, Garfield, and they were all variants of Peter. So just saying. Um, Adam, I mean, it's not that bad. How old is he anyway? That's the one thing I'm also looking at it is pretty much his age. He's 30. He's 39. He's 2 years younger than me. Okay. I thought he was in his 40s. I thought he was older than that. Wow. He's only 39 now. I'm older than him? Wow. I thought. Hmm. Uh, Again, I wouldn't mind it at all. I wouldn't mind at all. It'll be interesting to see him as the big brain, the ever intelligent Reed Richards, but we'll see. They got to start casting sooner or later. It's just I need to know. Lorenzo Smalls, do you want a new Guardians of the Galaxy team after? Yes, I do. To me, look, the Guardians are pretty much the Avengers of space. So if the galaxy needs defenders, then yeah, there should be. Who should be that way? Well, that's where you got to wait and find out. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But yeah, I do feel that there should be. If this is the last run for that core team, there should be another team ready to go. There should be another ready to take over. Now, some would say, then why don't they bring the real original lineup? Because we see that they're in this universe. That's the character Stallone plays. Stallone, Charlie 27, who Vince Vaughn, not Vince Vaughn, Ving Rhames was the big dude you saw. That's him. No, Martrex, the kind of crystallized dude. Yes, Yondu was the member of the original Guardians. See, a lot of people don't understand that. The lineup that they used in the movie is not the original team. The original Guardians of the Galaxy are from the future. And in that universe, the universe has pretty much been taken over by this alien race called the Badoon. And so you had this and Starhawk and Charlie 27 and all these other characters. Yeah, they used the 616 team somewhat. But again, that's fine. And then of course, if you watch the special, it was acknowledged that it was basically acknowledged that Mantis and is Star-Lord's sister, which is not true. That's she is not related to him at all. But again, it makes for a good story, right? You get it. And of course, they have held back on Mantis big time. Like Mantis is everything you think of Mantis is a far cry from what you see in these movies. She's not just she's not just empathic. She is a martial artist and a good one. Like she's like basically she's like a member of she's like the celestial Bruce Lee. That's the best way to describe it. She has a title. She's called like the Celestial Madonna. And I'm not talking about the singer. I'm talking that name means something else, but she is far different from what they show her as in the movies. Uh What Marvel characters besides Nick Fury would Amanda Waller interact with the most? What makes you think he would want to interact with her? Look, Nick is a dick at times, but he is nothing like Amanda Waller. He is nothing like her, so I wouldn't trust her for a second. He would like keep her away from me. I'll keep eyes on her, but I ain't talking with her. None at all. Uh Caroline might as well get this out here. Do you think they'll give have to recast Kang? Yeah, with the whole Jonathan Majors situation, again, I thought it was proven that that was false accusations, but still, once again, that double standard nonsense that this is just shows like, look at that. Just ridiculous. False accusations, and instantly you start losing everything. It is just ridiculous. This is this is Johnny Depp all over again. All over again. Ridiculous. They might have to. They might just have to. Just curious, they ever meet did if they ever met, do you think Deku and Spider-Man would be good friends with each other? If they ever met, well, first of all, Peter would be way older than him. So it would be more like Deku looking at a mentor because Peter's way older than him. It would be more understanding maybe if it was Miles and Deku, but if it's Peter, it's like that mentorship than like a friendship. Did they give back? Did they bring Jackie S from back from? No, they haven't. I told you his head is he's still dead. They haven't brought back any of those characters yet. I kind of have this image of Adam Driver voicing Shadow in Sonic 3. Interesting. I wonder who they're gonna. But we all know Knuckles is getting a spin-off movie, so that's pretty cool. Has Ghost Rider ever been a villain? I would love to see him fight Doctor Strange. There have been a couple um, Ghost Riders that have, in a sense. So yeah, and yeah, they have fought. Tom Cruise is Johnny Storm. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Too old. No. Way too old. Way too old for that dude. Way too old. Um what if Link has the darkness? Well, okay, first and foremost, that can't happen because the darkness, you have to, I don't want to say it here, but you have to have had, you know, and you get it after performing. So no. And it's kind of a family thing. So I think Secret of Asia looks great, but not really like don't I but not like the comics. Of course not like the comics because they still do not have all the characters. And they look like they're gonna mix in Super Scroll, but it's not Clerk. It's not the real Super Scroll. That's fine to a degree. I wish they were. I wish they were using it, but the way they here's the problem with, in a sense, because the way the MCU has done the scrolls is that they're not all bad. They weren't really bad. They just, but you can't really trust too many scrolls. It's like, But I'm looking forward to it. I definitely looking forward to it. I definitely want to see that. Besides Wolverine, what Marvel characters would Jonah Hex interact with? Well, first of all, I can't really see Jonah Hex interacting with Wolverine, especially Wolverine. Even in the 1800s, he was nowhere near the Southwest, so I can't really see that. More importantly, Jonah Hex would interact more with like those Western cowboy, those Western Marvel characters like the Two Gun Kid, Red Wolf, characters like that. He wouldn't be interacting with Wolverine, not at all. He'd be interacting with the Two Gun Kid, the Rawhide Kid, all those Western Marvel characters. You got to remember, Jonah is a Western character. Yeah, he's done a little time travel, but he's particularly stays in the West, stays in the late 1800s. Marion, I'm not sure if they've ever met, but what would the Hulk and Frankenstein's monster think about each other? Have they met? I think they have, because Marvel does have the Frankenstein monster. I think they have. Can't remember. I think they have. I have a new comic recently. Girl, girl taking over a Lois Lane story. Hmm. What if Kyle Rayner was Jackie Carl's half brother? That don't make no sense. One is from DC, one's from Emmett, Top Cow Emmett. That make no sense. Yeah, that make no sense whatsoever. Mm, Mask and Play, Dead Island 2 is out. You gonna get it? Yes, I have to get it. Um yes, I because I have Dead Island 1. I will get 2. I've seen some of my favorite gamer YouTubers playing it. Let's see. Um JPX. Which villain has bested Spider-Man throughout his rogues gallery, similar to how Wolverine's feared? Yeah, thank you for putting that. Feared, once feared. He don't fear Cyborg anymore. He got over that real quick. Who is which has bested Spider-Man throughout his road? Um, I mean, now you could say Morlon. Morlon is the one that's no matter how much Spider-Man, he always seems to be able to just beat Spider-Man up. He just you know, but yeah, that's about it. I mean, it used to be there was another character called when Spider-Man met Black Tarantula for the first time. Yeah, that was a kind of a one-sided fight, but that quickly changed real quick. But yeah, Morlon to a degree. I hope they make the new Darkness game, and please let it be open world. Yeah, I did not like the fact that the Darkness game was first person. I should have been the Darkness should not be limited to first person. That should be open world, third person, similar to like God of War and stuff like that. I can't wait to that last Ronin game. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Do you think superhero movies are close to being overdone like the Western had has said been in the 60s? No, because again, Westerns still come out. I love a good Western. Number two, also, those Western movies ain't truly what the West was. A lot of them are clearly exaggerated. Like, if you read a lot of books about what it was like during that time, especially for a lot of those soldiers, a lot of them that were coming back from the Civil War, some of them were like the first acts of PTSD. They don't show none of that in Western movies. Like that, what it was like for a lot of them that came from the Civil War and all that stuff. None of them do that, and I wish they would. Um, there's still just dozens of Western characters that still have not truly been established or truly been shown. For example, I don't understand how they always give Bass Reeves a lot of credit, but they never want to show that. They never want to put that out there. And it makes me wonder why. I have my reasons why. Because at the point of view, that man was one of, everybody gets on talk about Wyatt Earp and stuff, and that's great. But Bass Reeves was one of the best and greatest lawmen ever. And there's a reason why, because he had more arrests, less deaths than any marshal. I think he only had like 12 deaths he killed. Outside of that, he had over thousands of arrests. He was also well adversed with the native tribes in that area. Like he speak their language. They respected him. It wasn't as if he was he was looked at as being so. Yeah, it sucks. And I think they're doing a Bash Reeves series on Paramount. Like it's going to be a part of that 18. And that's great. But he doesn't get enough credit that he deserves. That is Bash Reeves is the true inspiration of the Lone Ranger. But it is what it is. Uh are you going to see the Super Mario Brothers movie? I'm gonna go see it. I will. Um I will because one, I keep hearing Princess Peach is not looked at as the damsel in distress. And that just kind of put a smile on my face because I'm like, really? She could throw down. Okay, that's cool. Because that just bothers. I'm sorry, it bothers me. It's like after all these years, she still is just the ultimate damsel in distress. Do you understand why I always put her below Princess Zelda? Always, because it's like she can't take care of herself. It's ridiculous. That damsel in distress stuff don't work with me too much. I can't. Mask and play. Who are your favorite YT gamers? My favorite, my top four, go to Dashi, of course, Corey Kenshin, Jacksepticeye. I love Jack. Jack just makes me laugh. I love that Irish boy. Especially when he start going Catholic on you when something scares him. He's like, Jesus fucking Christ. It just cracks me out. And 8-Bit Ryan. I'm a big fan of 8-Bit Ryan. Those are like my top four. Um, but I could watch Dashi all day. Like Dashi just makes me laugh. He makes me laugh. I don't know how many times I've watched like his videos, and I'm just like, they're still funny to me. Like, and I'm really happy for him too. Like, if you look at from where he started and now, you could see like the fluctuation in his weight, and that's because he needed that, but it works. Corey is another one that I love. You know where he started until where he is now. It's like I respect that brother. He puts in the work and things like. And what I love about Dashi and Corey, they don't have editors. They edit all their work by themselves. I applaud people that like and still put out like abundance of videos. Like Dashi will try his best to have a video almost every week, and they work. 8-Bit Ryan, Jack is, you know, and I'm not saying that I don't I don't like let's see who else, Markiplier. I've watched Markiplier time, and he's cool. He's cool too. You know, I don't hate on any of them. You know, because they put in the work. They're just doing something that they love. But yeah, it's fun. But those are my top four. Um. So, but thank you, Master Play. Where we at? Where are we? Okay, lost my train of. Oh, there we go. Quentin, if they can do a Darkness movie, what rating should it be? R or R? That's another strong R, and they could do it because it's not whatever whoever takes it. Yeah. Who should be the enemy in the next Spider-Man trilogy? If they do another trilogy, I want Craven. That's what I want, and we're not getting him. Um, there's still. I still want to see Scorpion. I still want to see Scorpion. I heard talks that they may bring Mister Negative in. I'll be fine with that. He's like the only big time villain I like that from that era, the big time era. I could care less about. I could care less about Screwball. Hate that character. The Freak. All of them though. Um, I want to see Hobgoblin. Oh man, I want to see Hobgoblin so bad. I know everybody wants to see Green Goblin again, but I want to see Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin has not been in any live action Spider-Man movie. Sad. What is your reaction when when the first God of War game it was revealed what happened to Kratos' wife and daughter? I was sad. You know, it's, like any Greek tragedy, it's a tragedy. You know, and the one thing about the Olympians, they look at mortals as playthings to play with, just to you know that's true. They do. It's if you read many Greek mythology and all that stuff, you hear how the gods abuse their powers or used. It's just like good God. Like most of the time, I think they're just jealous. The Olympians are just jealous of what we mortals have that they don't have. They always talk about they want to be loved and all this, but when you do have people that are somewhat loyal to you, then then they screw them over. Prime example of that, Medusa. Any original characters you made? I've been making original characters since I was 16 years old. I got them locked up. I even copyrighted a lot of them. So yeah, I've been making original characters since I was 16 years old. So yeah, I got a character. Uh, I have a character by the name of let's see one I can give out. Uh, Should I do that one? No, okay. One of them is called the Crimson Wolf, and it's a combination of it. When I created this character, it was a homage to my favorite pulp characters. So it was like it was kind of he was kind of like an homage to the Phantom, because the Phantom has a wolf, and the difference is that when I created him, I was I was looking at his ethnicity. I was like, okay, is he gonna be? I was like, he ain't white. I knew that right off. I was like, he's not gonna be white. And I kind of helped, and a lot of it also came down to an old friend of mine. His name was Robin. He was Korean, and I was like, I miss Robin. I miss him. But anyway, yeah, I kind of made him after my friendship with a, and pretty much he he's a he's highly intelligent. He was his occupation is he's Seattle PD, because he occupies Seattle. And growing up as a kid, he befriended two wolves since they were cubs, somewhat cubs. But the thing about these wolves is that they are red. They're not what you would think a timber wolf would look like. Most timber wolves come in different, the gray, black, or brown. No, these wolves look red. They're red. Their fur is red, crimson red. It almost looks like they're bleeding. And there's a reason for that. Um, because these wolves were once human. Um, these wolves were once human. They were two young braves of one of the Native American tribes that occupy Washington state that caused the death of their tribe. And because of that, the Great Spirit cursed them as wolves, cursed them, and not just any wolves, rare wolves, look like they were red. That red is actually the blood of their people on them, but it just looks like, so it's not like if you touch one of them, there's like blood comes out. No, it's just that's just their fur has been soaked in the blood of the tribe, their tribe that they got killed. They were young, impetuous, and they were nearly at war with another tribe, and then they started it, and the other tribe finished it. So the Great Spirit cursed them, and over the years, not only did he curse them with to be wolves, but they also cursed them with immortality. So they are immortal. They can't speak anymore. And over the years, they have been caught and skinned and been many times. But of course, everything grows back, and they've had. And then they met Kenneth Choi, who is who became like they became friends with, and they watched this boy grow into this intelligent young man that he is today. And he's very intelligent. He could have done anything he wanted in the world, but he decided to become a cop with his best friend Rick Tyler, excuse me, and they're cops. Now, also in this world, there is there is a drug called red sand. It is 10 times potent than cocaine, heroin, all that. Trying to get off of red sand is like a struggle. Rick's sister got hooked on and it nearly killed her, even just going through withdrawal from it. And nobody really knows where it's being distributed. All we do know is that it it has reached so far from the northwest all the way to New Orleans, where I have created another character and things like that. So yeah, I have a lot of characters I created that is a part of my shared universe. And hopefully someday I can bring them to life. But Crimson Wolf has no powers until he hears the story of Kiba and Caltag. That's the two wolves. Now, not only are they wolves, but they're giant. They're like, imagine a wolf the size of a Siberian tiger. That's how big they are, and that's why they're rare. So that's the Crimson Wolf. Then I have another woman. I have another character, female character called uh, Giga Woman, who is a cyborg. Um, and she's like a common. She's an homage to Ape Man, and yeah, mostly Ape Man, not RoboCop. But and I wanted to tell that story. Like, how would you feel if a woman was a cyborg? What would you be going through with that? So that was kind of how I feel, because we only get a little bit of what Cyborg, how he feels, because I mean at the end of the day he's more machine than man, so that has to play like, can he really love a woman? Can he's a woman, like things like that. So imagine that on that says, let's flip it with a female. You are 90 plus 90% organic than inorganic than organic. What if, how would you feel like you could never reproduce or have a child? If that's how I put how I looked at it with Nadia Lopez. That's Giga Woman. She called Giga Woman because it's like, I kind of came up with that because of, gigabytes and stuff like that. So like I said, I got over 100 of them. It's ridiculous. uh um Galactus, my baby kitten that I rescued is doing great. His eyes are open. That's great. That's great. With the turtles crossing over with Street Fighter and Stranger Things, who do you think the TMNT should cross over next? I like the Avengers, Darkwing Duck, and Gatchaman. Uh, well, Darkwing Duck is under Dynamite now, so and Marvel. I would love for them to do something with Marvel, but it's ridiculous. TMNT and Gargoyles, that'd be cool. They're with Dynamite now. John, what are some of your favorite Western movies? And can you see a Red Dead Redemption in a movie form? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I could see that. But some of my favorite Western movies, Magnificent Seven, anything Clint Eastwood was in, I love. So all his old spaghetti westerns, I love the good, the bad, the ugly, all that. Um, then of course, Unforgiven. Oh, love that movie. I like 310 to Yuma. 310 to Yuma was good. Um, it's kind of a comedy, but it's still somewhat a western. Back in the, you remember Sinbad? I hope he's doing okay. Sinbad, he did a western movie called The Cherokee Kid. Love that movie. That's fun. But yeah, a Red Dead Redemption movie would be great. Depends on which one, because I can see, because Red Dead Revolver, the original, was based more off the spaghetti westerns, which I wouldn't mind them doing that either. But yeah, I could see it. That I don't. I would say, how could they possibly fuck that up? But yeah, I could see it. Ashley from Resident Evil, for me, she's the ultimate damsel in distress. Compared to Peach, please, that's different. No, right? She ain't that helpless. Hey man, I just wanted to say I've been a fan of yours from way back. I know Cool Bird. What's good, man? It's been a while. Back when you used to just have the comic book versus magic. Keep doing your thing, brother. It was good, cool bird. It's cool to see you. Yeah, I appreciate that. In Red Dead Redemption 2, what was your reaction when Arthur was diagnosed with uh tuber- tur- tur- tuberculosis? Um Pretty much spot on because that was a big thing back in those times, so I was not shocked. I was glad they did that. I was like, that was a big deal back then, you know. So yeah, I was real shocked on that. I wasn't shocked on it. If you could, if you could would, if you could would, if you could, who would you recast as Jason Bourne? Jason Bourne. Well, he spells his name not with a J. It's just Jason. Um, who would I recast as Jason Bourne? Uh, I don't know because right now it's hard. All I see is Matt Damon. I don't care how old he gets. It's Matt Damon. That's the problem when you're the first. Right now, I don't see anybody playing Jason Bourne that I can think of right off the top of my head. Not at all. Did you watch Power Rangers once? I just talked about that, Travis, and I did. I cried very much. Do you think Angela from Marvel will protect Princess Zelda's kingdom? Why? Why? Yeah, that's a joke. Do you think we'll see more Moon Knight? Yep. Not feeling the Craven movie. Me neither. Do you read the Ice Cream Man from Image Comics? No. Is it good? Marion, out of all the Decepticons that were very loyal to Megatron, were who do you think was the hit who was hit hardest when he became an Autobot in Transformers? The IDW becomes Shockwave, I think. Probably. Are you looking forward to the Beast Wars, the next Transformers movie? Yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be interesting because Optimus and Optimus Primal have never met. Optimus Primal's met Optimus, but never interacted or spoke. So it's going to be really interesting. I'm so mad when Disney and Warner Bros. Fired Johnny Depp. Yeah. Did you enjoy the Last of Us TV show? Haven't watched all of it, but what I saw, I liked. I did like. Power Rangers Once Forever made me sob too. Yeah, it was that was a. I didn't expect to cry that much, but I was crying. I was boo hooing. I was boo hooing like big time on that. So yeah, I was. So yeah. It made me cry. I was sad when Angry Grandpa died. He was my favorite YouTuber. Was he a gamer? I don't. Angry Grandpa. I think I've seen some of his stuff. Mask and Play, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6 coming soon. Yeah, that makes me happy. I think Street Fighter 6 is gonna change the game again. They trying to do something with that, and I'm all for it. Tekken 8 looks great. Um, I, I'm they just showed off Lily. I think she was the latest character. I'm still looking for my boy Wrong. Like, where is he at? If Wrong is not in this, I'm gonna be pissed. Because that's my favorite, my number one favorite Tekken character because I trained in the same martial art that he trains in, Taekwondo. So when you find somebody who has when you watch when you have you train in martial art and you play fighting games and you know that person is trained in the same martial art as you, that's cool. I'm like, oh yeah, that's so cool. When I see Harang do something, I'm like, I could do that too. You know, I could do that. There's a lot of stuff I can't do, but some of them I can do. Like I can balance on my leg like him and kick because it's what Taekwondo is, mostly kicks. We don't throw punches a lot. Not a lot of punching. There's a lot of kicks. It's probably why my calves are so big. my so yeah. Tucker Carlson got fired. Yeah, I care less about that. Um, I've seen clips of both Venom movies, and in my honest opinion, without Venom's connection to Spider-Man, the character felt hollow. Yep, I can agree with that. I cared less about those movies. You know, they just I don't even like Tom Hardy as Venom. I'm like, no, it's like Jonathan, John Netherton. Who would win the new championship? I think Seth should win it. It does feel like it could go to Seth. It probably will because even still, he look where they said already that wherever Roman ends up this Friday, because that's when the draft is starting. And the thing about the drafts, let's be real, those need to be they need to take it seriously. And none of this people jumping, no, that person stays that. Wherever Roman goes, Cody should be going to. That's all I'm saying. So if Roman stays on SmackDown, Cody should go to SmackDown. Because the story is not done with him. And what I mean by that, he clearly said it. He doesn't want that title. And that's why I hope they don't say, well, Cody, this is what you're gonna get. No, he wants what Roman's got. That's what he was on when he was on Steve Austin's. He looked back and he said, I want that. That's what I want. And there's a story behind it. And it is true. It depends on how old you are in wrestling, but his father never, you know the story. You should know the story, but yeah, he wants that. And again, Cody should have beat Roman. But this whole concept of him making 1,000 days, I could care less about that. I don't even because they really don't care too much. And people talking about, oh, he's gonna break Bruno's record. The fuck he is. Get the fuck out of here. You know damn well he ain't. No, damn well he ain't. If you were around San Martino's days, that man was a different beast. Roman ain't nowhere near that man. He ain't even going to break Hogan's record. Get the fuck out of here. Because people are just tired of it. And that's the thing. People are tired of it because it's the same old, same old. The you could and if people say, well, the bloodline story is the best thing going on there. Yes, you could have still kept that going. But he does not need the belt. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need the belt. He doesn't need that. Because at the end of the day, the story behind whole Roman Reigns is that he needs the bloodline more than they need him. Because if you go back up and who has helped him keep those titles. It sucks that there's 3 championship titles because it needs to just be 2. I don't care what anybody says. Roman Reigns is carrying 2 belts. You need to just make 1 belt that represents that. And get rid of that damn Universal bullshit because I am so sick of that name. No, you can just call him the WWE Undisputed Champion. None of this Universal crap. And more importantly, he's not even the longest running WWE champion. He's more of it is Universal Champion. See how they try to swing that? It's just ridiculous sometimes. But yeah, it probably will go to Seth, if anything. Who could play Link in a Zelda movie? Don't I want to see a Zelda Legend of Zelda movie so badly, and every time they pull this crap and oh April Fools, I'm like fuck y'all, because that's my favorite Nintendo character. Okay, and you start messing with him, and look, Link ain't got to do much because he don't talk very much unless they really want to keep that, but have him talk. It's easier for me to choose between Zelda. There was even one point I was like, Emma Stone could have been Zelda. I would have loved to seen her look like Zelda with the pretty eyes she got. Now I could also see playing Princess Zelda is the actress who played Princess Peach. She could have been a great Zelda. She has that feature as a like Link is a different animal. It's hard for me to choose that. Again, off the top of my head, I can't think of that. Did you hear that Ash's story in Pokemon has ended? Yeah, I know about that. Whatever. As boy still 10 years old. Ridiculous. And you wonder why I say I preferred I love why I always say Digimon is better because for 20 plus years that boy has been 10 years old. Makes no fucking sense. And I hear this theory about when he saw Ho Ho, he wished he stayed. Man, get that. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Okay, the boy is still a boy, and there has been no. And I hate to say it. Everybody who don't look for someone who wanted to be a master, he sure don't act like one because he every time that I know the series came along, Ash regressed, not progressed. He regressed to a point it was to points at many points he was fighting new Pokemon. He had to pull. What was that? And you can sometimes you can clearly see that this Pokemon is either electric type, fire type, or water type. And it's like, yo, Ash, you forgot how to deal with that type of Pokemon. Like it makes no sense how much he has regressed. So yeah, I care less. Really, I really can. It bothers me. That's why when I watch Digimon and them, and I'm seeing Ty and them growing up, I'm like, look at them. I remember when they were you all were just little kids. Now look at y'all, you're grown adults. Progress. And even I watched the trailer to the new with the girl now, and it's just like Ash's presence is still felt because the girl has that same mark that Ash had on his hat in her hair. I'm like, I'm gone. Y'all ain't really get rid of. It's ridiculous. Who would win in a fight, Kazuya or Yujiro? Ooh, that would be good. That would be fun. Um, Kazuya would have to use his devil gene to fight Yujiro. And I think Yujiro would be just laughing at him would be laughing at him too. Like that's Yujiro would laugh. He'd be like, really? So you can't you're not really strong. Like Yujiro would look at the devil gene as a joke. He would look at that as a crutch. Like that's your power. It's fake. Yujiro would hate that. Like you sucker. Like that's your yeah. He would not like that. Not every character can hold their own movie. That is true. Some characters are not meant. It's better to see them like any character or any comic character. Not everybody deserves. Not everybody needs an ongoing series. Having them be in other series works. It's just there it is. I don't think Princess Zelda would trust Guy Garner. I guess not. I ain't. 1987 Toon Rap versus Pro Star Pro Stars Super Pro in a match to the death. Oh Jesus, I don't know. We're talking no, no. So, can you imagine a new young DC or Marvel superhero that centers around the Hindu pantheon and Hindu mythology? Yeah, I can. That would be really cool. Um, that has no connection to like a different character, because you could say that about like Spider-Man India. You know, he's Indian. He's an Indian. You know, but has Spider-Man powers. I don't think Zelda will not spawn if she. I don't care. I really just. You think Doom will retire? Dom will retire? Right? No, that ain't happening. No time soon. Ray ain't retiring yet. He ain't retiring. Do you think a Godzilla movie directed by Clive Barker would be I imagine would be more Godzilla, more Lovecraftian? Yeah, that pretty much would be. He would be more like Cthulhu or something like that, similar to. How powerful is Dracula from Castlevania? Very powerful. Think if you let's see the way I can look at it. Helsing. That's just think of it like that. Do your ranking for Nintendo princesses? Princess Peach is low. I tell you that much. Zelda's number one. There you go. That's all you need to know. Even Princess Daisy is much better than Princess Peach. Who would have a who would have star as Sam? Oh, Samus. Who would star as Samus? There's a couple of actresses I could have seen playing Samus Aran. Um, uh, let's see. Charlize Theron definitely would have been up there in my opinion. I would have seen her as Samus. Um, uh, what is her name? Yvonne Straczynski, who played in that's her name, right? Yvonne. Make sure I want to get her name right. Right. I think it is. Yeah, Strahovski. Yeah, she's Australian, but you remember her from Chuck, and she voiced um, Miranda in Mass Effect. She would have been another one. But first things first, you also got to look at Samus is tall. She outside of the armor, which ups her height, she's a tall woman. So you definitely want to have a tall woman playing that role too. So those are a couple. I got more, but yeah. But yeah, Samus is another character that I'd love to see them give some spotlight to in another form, another form of media outside the games. The first, just technically, I look at her truly as like the first lady of Nintendo, in my opinion. She, to me, Zelda or Link or Peach didn't have their own game. She did. Can y'all remember? I don't know how old everybody was. I remember the day I beat the first Metroid and found out Samus was a girl. I'm like, oh shit, she's a woman. I was like, whoa, what a twist. It was great though. I loved it. Uh One of my original characters is mixed race girl named Kelsey, who whose identity is Sparrow. That's a common. That's like a you like a lot of characters have that name Sparrow. Would you be opposed to them making Godzilla more Lovecraftian? I just said I wouldn't mind that. Like I said, if he's kind of like Cthulhu and things like that, okay. Fine. Another one is a X-Men original character who's an albino girl. I haven't named her yet, so she's pretty much like Calabac. Calabac is albino. How powerful is God of Light from Marvel? Who? Wait, God of Light. Who's that? God of Light. There's got to be another name. Aha, there we go. Captain Universe. You mean Captain Universe? Just think, you just there it is right there. Captain Universe is Captain Universe. You have so that. What do you think? Someone who has the power of the universe. Yeah, that's God of Light. Let's see what's next. Oh, what time is it? Oh, God, we can wrap this up now because I'm hungry now. Would you love a great Splinter Cell movie? Well, I know Splinter Cell. They're doing an animated show on Netflix, so I'm looking forward to that. Splinter Cell movie, maybe not. I don't know. Okay, yeah. I'm making my own character. I will get to copyright. You know the easiest way to copyright something? Mail it to yourself. That's the easiest way to copyright something. Once that you get that stamp approval from the post office, pop, send it like that. Yeah. Don't open it, but yeah, that's federal sealed. Um, have you tried Mountain Dew? I don't like Mountain Dew, so I rarely drink soda like that, and I don't like Mountain Dew. So, no. Who could play Sam Fisher? Definitely want an older actor playing a somewhat older actor, maybe like late 40s, early 50s, you know. So you definitely got to look at it from that point of view. Uh, and that's the tough part about it right there. Um, there's a part of me that's, believe it or not, if he was maybe a little younger, maybe a little, let me make sure. How old is he now? Let me see. How old is he? Oh, he's 55. That's perfect. Josh Brolin. I can see Josh Brolin playing Sam Fisher. That's exactly kind of the age I'm looking for. Someone in that age bracket, that early late, late 40s, like 44 up to late early 50s. Because Sam is a veteran. Like you want somebody like that. And Josh Brolin definitely is one of them that makes my list. Um, he's up there. I would also have let's see. Oh, let's see. Oh, he's he's up in the 70s now. But if he was a little younger, Stephen Lang, I could see too as Sam Fisher, but he's up there now. Uh I gotta have to leave here a bit because that's good night, everybody, because I'm about to head out too. Get your last questions out because I'm about to leave. We're gonna end it too. Mask and play. Thanks again, Chris. Good night. You're welcome. Hey, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Don't forget for everybody, please to like that, hit the like button before you leave. It's very important. Well, not very, gets more people to check out uh, things like that. Also, it's funny because I was checking out, I get more people who are not subscribers than who come view my stuff than who are subscribed. I was like, wow, is that really true? Like I looked at the analysts, I was like, I looked at overall 85%, 85 point something percent are non-subscribed, while only 14.5% are subscribed. I'm like, that can't be true. That can't be true, but that's weird. That's just weird. Okay, let's see. So here's another idea for a new superhero, but this one is 10 years old. The 10-year-old daughter of DC's Hulk. Just say damage. I don't name Danielle Avery, who gets her powers from a blood fusion after surviving a car crash. Sounds very much like She-Hulk. Not saying anything bad because there ain't too much originality anymore in comics. Like it's just how you approach it. I want a Yoshi solo movie. I like Yoshi, but I don't know if I could just. It'd be too cute. Good night, Chris. Thank you, Caroline. The weather has been crazy. Warhawk, where are you again? Yeah, where are you again, Warhawk? Thanks. Okay. Good night. Good night. You going to get Tempest Rising, or are you not a PC gamer? I really don't play a lot of games on my computer or my laptop. So I mean, I do have a few games on there, but I'm a console guy. I've always been a console guy. The big next the thing that I have to get is a PS5. That's it. I have not gotten a PS5 yet. I've always waited. I always wait a year or 2 years before the console. I never get consoles when they first come out because I know a lot of them got bugs, and so I always wait. If you were to make Godzilla more Lovecraftian, would you also keep him? Would you keep him being hit by the atomic bomb? And yeah, I mean, yeah, I could do that. North Virginia. Okay, so 80s one day, a few days late. It's in the 80s and 40s. Well, dude, I'm in New York, so you want to talk about crazy weather? It's been happening for a while. And some days there was a couple of days it was near 70, and then it went to 40. Like, come on, like I know the feeling, and I can understand that's why some people getting sick around it because the weather fluctuation. So don't tell me once again that global warming is not happening. All right, I did catch a big catfish. I love catfish. Catfish is good. You were you under the ground and you would just duck in your hand and let it bite you up and then pull it out. No, I see them stuff. That's crazy. I'm like, what? That's crazy. Let's see. What would you do if Ken Griffey Jr. had suddenly developed giantism from drinking tonic? Okay, that's no joke. Giantism ain't no joke, and that'd be scary because that's what that's what killed Andre. He had giantism. He kept growing. He just kept growing, and thank God, Paul White, Big Show, he had it. He got it done. Um, the newest big giant in WWE, Omos, he had both. He had he had giantism and another, and luckily he was able to get it done. So yeah, like that stuff ain't no joke. I don't play with that. Like that's you're still growing. That's scary. 25 pounds. Wow. Rod and steel. Cool. D Mick. What up, brother? What up? Good. But yeah, I get the reference. So it's just so like I said, guys, for anybody showing up late, I apologize. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. Gonna wrap this up. Uh again, I appreciate everybody who came through. But it's time to go. It is time to go. So as always, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it as always. And I'm gonna take a line from Solid Monster with this one. So stay safe, take care. See you soon. See you later, guys.